Whoop. What's going on, everyone? Got a new phone. Finally able to record again. You guys, I don't think you got. My phone was. Obviously, that wasn't the only fucking excuse, right? My fucking phone not working. I also didn't post because I didn't fucking want to. Also because there was no fucking. Not much shit going on. And there's still not much shit going on. But I wanted to make a video because why the fuck not? And also, look at this. Fuck here now, man. Ain't that something? Huh? Ain't that something? Oh my god, my tubey fell. Shit! Now, let me see. My question is, if I go like this, will you guys see me properly? Gonna fall? Damn. Gonna fall? That's it. Damn, man. Why y'all gotta fall? Can't y'all just hold yourselves up? So, chances that you can fucking see me here? I don't know, but if you can't see me, you can probably hear me. And I don't know what I'm gonna talk about today, but damn, it's looking all beautiful. Fucking hell. God damn. Y'all saw it. I don't know what I'm gonna talk about, to be fair. Let's see. I'll do a recap for you guys of what I've been doing. Oh my god, you guys fall again? Shit, man. Y'all can't fucking do anything. What the hell? What's up with that? Can y'all see me? I mean, I think that's pointing at my face. I don't really know. I feel like I've been losing for a couple of weeks, right? Losing in the game of life, right? And what do I mean by that? I mean that for a couple of weeks I haven't been getting better, right? And in my mind, if I'm not getting better, it's not that I'm plateauing, I'm getting worse, right? And the tangible fucking definition of this was I came back to watching Netflix shows, right? And I came back to watching some form of entertainment, right? I haven't played video games again. I haven't fucking done a lot of things again, right? But there's still some things where I can strive very much to be better. Cheers. Delish. Delish. Now, in these, obviously understand that this video is gonna have no fucking line of thought, no coherent line of thought, at least. So obviously, this past weeks haven't been just me in a room doing nothing, right? I have worked out, I have worked on some things, and I do have the quote-unquote excuse of putting my dreams on hold because I need to study for exams, right? Which in part I do because I want to, right? Because in more than one way, getting good grades is also part of my fucking, the thing I want to do, right? Not just what I want to do, but what I ought to do, right? So it's part of it. So I can't really, and I'm thinking aloud here like I do in most videos, right? Almost being my own psychologist, right? And a therapist. So I can't feel bad for doing a different thing that I need to do, right? Obviously I can, because I have, right? And sometimes I get so mad at myself, really, for example, studying instead of working on Koza, I find myself getting mad at myself, at what I'm doing. But it's still what I need to do. So I must find a way to remain slightly in peace during the turmoil, right? Because if not, I think I function a bit worse, right? I mean, first and second year were fucking properly easy for me. And I'm not saying that this year's being any type of... there's no difference in hardship, right? But I don't know, I do see a gradual decrease in study. What I have seen in myself through the years, right? Through these 3 years. And this semester I virtually studied nothing. I've studied for the exams that I needed to study, and that's it. And now I'm studying for these, right? And the idea here is to show myself that if I just focus on one thing, a single thing, for a semi-long period of time, because if I say long period of time, my mind starts being like, starts being fucking gay. So if I focus on something for a semi-long period of time, and just on that one thing, I do that much better. And this is so fucking stupid to say aloud, right? Because it's common knowledge, I guess. We all fucking know this. But we never do it, right? More often than not, we're attacking different things at the same time, different problems in our life at the same time. And I'm starting to think that maybe we have to tackle them one-on-one, right? Because, yeah, you're fucking sure that if I ask everybody here, could you beat 3 guys in a fight? Half of the guys would be like, fuck yeah, man, I could fucking do that, easy. 3 guys, come at me all at once. But at the end of the day, you're going to be way more comfortable, and it's going to be way easier to fight a one-on-one, right? If you're in a 1 versus 1, you're only focusing on the movements, on the possible attacks and attack patterns of this one person, of this one individual, this one enemy that you have, right? So I'm kind of starting to frame it in that way, right? Where it's every single problem you have, you can see them as an army of enemies that are out there to get you, aye? Out there to get you and out there to, quote-unquote, fuck up your life. Obviously, we all know that you're the only fucking warrior in your army. You're conscious. And I don't mean you're... Because I've been seeing this lately so often in my own mind, okay? Where I find myself having a tangible conversation, and tangible in the sense of I can see and hear what both sides are saying in words, in actual words. That's what I mean by tangible, right? What the fuck? And it's a conversation between almost 2 parts of my consciousness. And I don't know if it's obviously I don't believe the idea that I can have more than one identity at the same time. Sure, I can mimic another. Of course, I can mimic myself being fucking, I don't know. I could put on a very nice suit and mimic myself being wealthy, but my identity is still not that. My identity is still not entirely a very charismatic person, right? Aquarius drink for the boys. So lately I've been having these. So yeah, you can't have two identities, right? At least this is how I see it. So this second conscious alternative conscience that I'm fighting or arguing with inside of my own head can only be my subconscious, or at least one small part of said subconscious, right? For example, I don't know, for example, I'll give a stupid example. I could see a guy walking down the street with a fucking tight shirt in December now, and one of my first fucking thoughts, like a super ripped guy, fucking super jacked guy, and I'm like, whoa, fuck nice, you know? I could see him walking down the street just with a shirt on, being fucking ripped and shit, and I could, first thought of my mind is like, what the fuck's this guy doing, like, with a fucking shirt, fucking retard? And I believe that's the subconscious, right? Because then the conscious, rational mind calls it out and is like, what are you on about? First of all, who the fuck cares? And second of all, that bitch right there is also fucking wearing just a t-shirt and you're not commenting on her, right? So what the fuck's up with that? Why are you only commenting on this guy? Maybe it's because there lies some type of insecurity there of, oh, I wish I had that type of body so I could fucking do X, Y, and Z, right? And so it becomes a fucking battle that normally the rational part of me wins, right? Between me and myself. And lately these battles have been getting louder, not more aggressive necessarily, almost the contrary, like they've been becoming more conversational, like more of a cooperation instead of an argument, right? I mean, they've been becoming louder in the sense of more clear, right? Being able to hear myself better, right? Because before, these battles still existed, but my subconscious won instantly and ferociously without my conscience having any sort of a chance, because my conscience never knew that it was fighting itself or fighting this subconscious, right? But now that I am aware that this happens and that it exists, right? So for example, today had a fucking presentation, right? Had a little presentation. Before the presentation, nervous as shit. My fucking hands shaking on the desk in front of me. I'm like, God damn it, I gotta do a presentation, man, come on. I go up there, I look at all the people, they're fucking listening, and everybody shuts the fuck up. And I'm like, wow, people are actually listening. Holy fuck. Like, I'm not the same person I am. Right now, I am not the person I was when I had this insecurity, when it made sense to have this insecurity. For example, I had this exact scenario probably came from me not being a great orator and narrator when I was young, right? They were like, yo, George, can you read this fucking extract of the book? And I struggled, right? Sometimes I struggled, and people laughed, and I hated it, which makes sense. So that thought of that possibility, the possibility of that scenario happening is sort of reinstalled in my mind. And my mind sees it and reacts accordingly, right? Like an animal. It's like, holy fucking shit, I don't want that to happen because it led to pain, and pain is bad. Right? Pretty fucking natural order of thoughts, I guess. And so your mind instantly goes to nervousness. Or my mind, in this case, instantly goes to being nervous and going into defense mode. Right? Having to fucking, I don't know, being nervous, being jittery, fumbling my words, right? But when I manage to attack it with a conscious understanding of, I am not that little kid anymore. I have very much conscientiously tried to make myself better at speaking gradually as I have stepped through these very early steps in my life, right? because this is another fucking subject. I believe that I truly became conscious, right? Because I do believe that there's two types of consciousness. You can be wandering around this earth, right? You can just be fucking gallivanting around. Or you can be walking directional towards an objective, right? And not necessarily when I had the objective of the tangible things that I wanted, but when I knew that I wanted to become better, it's almost like I truly gained another level of consciousness, right? Above from the thinking patterns of mass, right? And this was, honestly, I could fucking say that this second break in consciousness, right? Because the first one, like, what, 4 or 5 years old, 3, I don't know, you know? First break of consciousness, you're sure you start having rationale, you start being able to understand sort of the world around you. But then that second break in consciousness comes, and for some of us it comes fucking, I don't know, I could imagine that for some people it came when they were 14, and for some people it comes when they're fucking 30 or 45. Or maybe you're 50, you get a midlife crisis, and it's almost this second fucking calling of consciousness. And it's this second calling of, holy shit, I have been on autopilot my entire fucking life. Because that's kind of how I was living until my second break, I believe, came when I was 17, 18, maybe. When I fucking stopped down, fucking realized that I was shit. With all the love in the world towards myself and towards fucking my family who raised me and my friends who raised me, I was shit. I didn't know much. I didn't know how to speak well. I didn't have the best body, and I still don't have any of those things at max. But they're better. Right? And they became better because I think I breached the second level of understanding that I'm shit. And that this being shit is my doing. And solely my doing. And I am the only person that can fucking correct that. And that's, I think it was when I first grabbed a fucking book for the longest time. Because it was like 17, 18, I believe. Where I grabbed the book, yeah, I think it was going like 17 to 18, I think was the process there. And I had it, like, so fucking almost embarrassing to say, right? When I was 17, I hadn't grabbed a book voluntarily to say, oh, hey, I'm just gonna fucking read this. Since I was probably, what, 9, 10, like, maybe 13, you know? But it had been a solid minute since I had sat down with a fucking book or with my phone reading, and I was like, okay, let me get through this book. I had never gotten through a book voluntarily at the age of 17, 18, right? And I remember that I read and as stupid as it was the first thing where it was like, I'm gonna do what I want to do instead of what my autopilot mind says I should, right? And so it was almost like my autopilot mind was like, let's go have a doobie, go surfing, whatever, have a doobie, go calisthenics, or go whatever, go do some shit, right? Or just have a doobie. And I was like, you know what? Let me just fucking read. Why don't I just fucking stop and read? You know? And this happened a lot, like fucking so much more than you would imagine. And this stupid thing, this is why I tell a lot of my friends too, and maybe this was like solely a me experience and a me thing, right? But this is why I tell most of my friends to just grab a fucking book. It can be any book, right? Like, I don't know, like, if you're fucking interested in psychology, go for that. If you're interested in fucking, in cooking, Ivano, go for that. Just go fucking, it doesn't even have to be fucking page to page. But if it's the first time you're doing it, like, in a long time like I was, I do recommend it being page to page, like, front to back, sorry. Because you're going to train your fucking patience as well as as everything else, man. Little Aquarius drink. First book I read, if anybody's fucking wondering behind the screens, I say fucking, if you need a first fucking book, just follow the thing you're curious about, right? The first thing I was curious about was money. How the fuck does one make money? I had no fucking clue, because I had never made an honest cent in my life, right? And so I went into that slightly, and I went with probably the most basic book on it, which was fucking, oh my god, what's the name of this? It's Robert Kiyosaki's book, Rich Dad, Poor Dad. Really normal, really classic book of starting out shit. But as stupid as it was, for some people, oh, you're fucking right. It's fucking inspiring, right? It fucking inspired me to see the world through another lens, right? Through my own lens, to start crafting my own lens. That was the main point of it, because I was sick and tired of fucking, because sometimes there were some subjects where I just couldn't comment on because I had no comment. Not because I didn't give a shit about it, but because I had no fucking clue what was being talked about. No clue. For the longest time, I had no idea how any tax worked. How any form of money how you could... I never understood anything. Like, in my mind, I swear to God, when I heard about info products, I was like, how the fuck are you going to pay something for a PDF? It didn't make sense in my mind, you know? And now it's still a bit like fucking iffy, right? Especially the info product. But I don't know, I just didn't understand value, right? I didn't understand anything. And even though I had been taught all of these things in fucking university and school, it changed. It really changed me to grab a book for the first time. Especially that being fucking a voluntary thing. Because there really wasn't... It was the first time in my life where nobody fucking around me was like, hey man, read a book, go read a book, go read a book, go read this novel, go read this classic tale, go read this. There was no instruction, there was no specification as to what I should read. So I went by my own hand. And I believe that was the best thing ever. And then the next thing I was curious about was psychology and why people were the way they were. Mainly because I had been hurt and I had hurt some people, right? So I wanted to understand if there was if there was a pattern of thought that somebody in the past had gone through, written in a book, and could help me, right? And it did. And I found fucking Robert Greene, and I found Cialdini, and I found a lot of these fucking books that I consumed, and I kind of started liking it, right? I kind of started liking that I could sit down, move my eyes, and I would be gaining information, right? And I really liked that I had to do nothing with my hands, nothing with my fucking arms, nothing for like, go back on the video, go forward, fucking pause it. Nothing like that. I just had to fucking move my eyes, right? Move my eyes. Like, wait, I didn't understand that. Move up a bit, reread the paragraph, you know? Like, this such stupid shit just made it so nice. Oh, it's fucking cold, so I'm gonna go fucking train, everybody. Thanks for listening to me rant. I'm back. Little Vitaroonie, Fitzcaroonie for ya. Fuck, it's cold. Let's go fucking train. I'll finish my fucking Aquarius. Looking at these fucking nice views. Fucking. Let's see what's going on, everybody. Oh, y'all probably could not see me at all. This is where I'm at. This is how it's going. Yeah, I love you guys. Fucking God bless you and Godspeed, family.